The state of Titanfall right now is just a bunch of question marks. Questions all around. Questions, 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 questions. Questions from the past. Why the release date? Questions from the future. Where is it? In the present, most people are satisfied with Apex Legends. Very good spin-off that everyone's like, yay! But real Titanfall fans are like, no! This is not what we asked for. Very cool, but don't forget us. So can we all agree that we all have questions? I know you gotta have questions, just like me. These days I don't like to ask them so often, because usually it just leads to more pain. But today I'm just gonna open up. I'm just gonna pretty much ask all the questions to myself and to you guys about what you guys are thinking about in regards to Titanfall. Because I try to just stay out of the past, and I try to actually stay out of the future. When I'm asking questions, I'm more so in the present. Because there's no way to predict what's gonna go on with the future of this game. They don't talk about it, it's practically like media blackout on original Titanfall. So a question becomes, is there clues in their other game, Apex Legends? You know, the thing that sprouted out of the greatness that is Titanfall? I missed that window? Yes, I die. That's my fault though, right? Titanfall is all about footing. Honestly, it would have been easier if I didn't use the grapple. Sometimes I use this thing too much. Oh, I'm so happy he's still in here. I thought for a second there I grabbed onto a hologram. That all kind of fell apart in my hands, or in my grapples, in my claws. What do I classify the end of my grappling hook? Is it the claw? Or, yeah, is it the grapple? Apparently I don't know the anatomy of a grappling hook. The cable, the hook, it's a hook. There, we deduced it. We're so good at this game, so smart. But really, I have a question for you guys. How do you promote Titanfall? I think it's a hard game to promote because there's so much to it. It's like, what are you going to spend your time promoting? The pilot gameplay, the Titans, the mobility, the weapons, the game types. So much uniqueness this game. Grunts, that's a pretty unique feature in an FPS game. Verticality, bunny hopping is something you don't see as often, at least not to this degree. So how do you promote some mechanics that people just will not be familiar with? And why am I challenging a revved up devotion? I literally just use this weapon. I know that's a no-no. Not very smart. Not very smart at all. What accent is that? That's a good question because I have no idea. Let me ask you guys a question. When you go on a subreddit, you figure people that are on there know quite a bit about the game. If they're even in a subreddit, it's usually because you want to know the ins and outs of something. And there's this basic question that gets asked a lot. It's like, how are the player numbers? How are the player numbers? How are the player numbers? And people give off this information. It's like, I'm on PC. I haven't found a match for 20 minutes. And some guys are like, how are the numbers on Xbox? So one guy's like, 2,000. And it's like, what? It's literally on the sidebar. It tells you the numbers. It's around 4 to 5 for Xbox, PlayStation. It's around, what, 2 to 3 for PC. That was the current numbers I saw. How are you guys going to have all that misinformation right on the subreddit? When there's a sidebar, easy to confirm. You'd be surprised how much that can turn someone off to hear low population numbers, and then when you even make them worse than they are, I'm like, damn. So if somebody asks that question, you should probably answer them correctly. So I was thinking, what did they mean when they said there was going to be a treat for Titanfall players in Apex? I don't know if it's already happened. It's just supposed to be like seeing the weapons, skins. I don't know. I really don't know how to judge what they think we would find meaningful. Like extra lore, just talking about like mechs. Maybe you're going to see like a knee pop out of the sand. Or even better, you'd see the shoulder from an ion and you can use that laser on other legends. Who knows how long it's been under the sand for. In there for years or whatever it happens to be. I don't know the time scale of this game. Maybe it's been hundreds of years since Titanfall happened. No, never mind. Blisk is just like an old guy. So it's been what, like 40 years maybe? Something like that. I'm going to say he's 80 in the video. He's just in really good shape. I don't know. Something like that. Okay, so there. Can a Titan get somewhat caught up in dirt in that much time? Yeah, sure. Realistic enough. Do it! Let's see, would I be excited for that? I'd be like, that's pretty neat. Yeah, I probably would. But I wouldn't be like, that was something for the Titanfall community. I think that was just something for Apex community, right? Like, is it just going to be something that's very like, we did this for Apex, but maybe you guys can appreciate it too? I'm like, it's a lot different than here. This is actually for you, for the Titanfall people that we put into Apex. To me, that's just, it's different. And even there, I feel like I'm explaining it wrong, but because I honestly wouldn't I can't even imagine what kind of gesture would make me feel like something in Apex was actually something for people that actually play Titanfall. I don't even know how they'd be able to do that. So I don't, my expectations are low. Let's just put it that way. I think that's really what it comes down to. Super low expectations. I laughed at myself here. I literally went to the gun to see if there was anything I could put on it that would make me better with it. And I'm like, nope. I'm just going to have to struggle when I pull this thing out. No way to make it easier. So tell me some questions you guys have. I really want to hear them. If you could actually ask a dev a question, we had one question to ask, what would you ask? And you can't ask when is Titanfall 3 coming out. You can't ask if it's in development. Nothing like that. So you gotta get tricky. So your question has to be so cryptic that they can answer cryptically back, and then we can all be excited by how cryptic it is. How's that sound? Because I think that's as much as we can expect. That's why asking questions in this game is so hard. Don't give me hope. I walked away from this game. I'm like, I'm going to play something else. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to play anything else. I did play Call of Duty, that new like ground war mode. I thought that was actually pretty fun. You just respawn really fast. Since I hadn't played the game as much, I found that I could level up a lot faster in one of those games. Snipers galore, though. It's even worse than Battlefield. It's crazy the amount of snipers. Plus, I find them way too accurate. Like, you don't have to account for bullet drop. Like, it's so little. I remember Battlefield 4 made it less than Battlefield 3. I thought Battlefield 3 had a really nice sweet spot. I still think that's actually one of the best Call of Duties. Not Call of Duty, one of the best Battlefields. The vehicle play in that game was also really satisfying. The choppers, the airplanes. I just found the whole game really well balanced. I really liked their perk system too in the squads. If you work together, you got your perks faster, which made a huge difference. It made you into like a one-man army kind of deal. Like, I felt super powerful in the game where you could just die to one shot. Yeah, the game was very good. Very, very, very good. Last time I was using my on, I was whiffing so many shots. So I think since I got into this one, I was telling myself, I'm like, you better stop missing. Sometimes you need to give yourself a pep talk. No joke. Isn't that crazy? I don't do that this often, but this is the way to really play this Titan. I don't do it as often, but if you just take the big sight lines and just aim down with your laser, like, you're going to be able to pick off so many pilots. Like, if I just continuously did it from here, don't even focus too much on the Titans, because you don't want to waste 2 shots. 2 shots on a Titan, it's like, okay, you've done some damage. But 2 shots that hit pilots, that's 2 kills, and they actually add up pretty damn fast. Still love the Ion. I don't get tired of it. Just like Scorch. Ion, Scorch, North Star, top 3. There's something about Monarch that tempts me to use them more too, but I don't. I think it's mainly because I dread the early game. I have to be super defensive. I'm like shooting grunts and dropships with my shield siphon, and I'm like, oh, I hate being that cautious. That's what I like about Titanfall, throwing caution to the wind. And I missed another grapple. Every time I miss these grapples, it's practically a death. If you're going to put away your gun, you have to make it count. You got to do it for a good reason. For those of you wondering, yes, I'm still running C4. C4 is so good. I didn't have too much grapple to work with. If I just had a little bit more, we could have made it happen. That time I decided to just walk over. Well, I hopped, but I was about to grapple, and I'm like, no, don't do it. But I think that brings us to the end of this game. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to call it with that. This ends up just being a rant. I like to come on here and just kind of get some things out. And today was just kind of that day, because I had this game yesterday and I was like, this game was fun. I had fun. I got a couple of kills that I like. I didn't even do anything too special, but I'm just like, you know, it felt good. Coming after that guy down there in the room, being able to grapple in, I like all that stuff. It went a little bit weird, but you know, we still got her done. We got a grapple eject. I like those. Did we get laser kills? I don't think so. I think we missed all our lasers. We hit our ion ones, but that's not the same. I was hoping for something nice out of this. Oh, well, I know what I tried to do, and then I ended up missing this kill. And then there was another opportunity, and I missed that one too. So yeah, nothing to see here. Really, nothing to see. Thank you all for joining me, though. Paper, cut to you, and I'll see you all next time.